going on, guys? Welcome to another video here on Kimbo Game YT. In this video we're gonna do a bit of reaction to Peterbot. Cause you kinda decided that on the WhatsApp channel. I'm gonna check it. Let's see. Yeah, stories of Fortnite players. So I think we're gonna do Peterbot. That kind of fits. Because it was FNCS not so long ago, and it's FNCS majors in 20 days or 5 days. So nothing more to say than just subscribe and like this video, and let's go.
This is
Alright,
Peterbot,
so
and at just
go.
16 years old, he is the best Fortnite player in the.
And by the way, shout out to Timmy FNBR for making this video like possible to. This is 9 months old though, so yeah.
The entire world. This young prodigy is talented, cocky,
Damn.
Oh my god!
and just plain toxic.
Oh my god! No.
However, he wasn't always like this. Today, I'm going to talk about Peterbot's journey to the top of competitive Fortnite. And
I have to give it to him. Very good edited, bro.
His downfall. But
honestly,
before we get to the toxicity, the cheating accusations, and the controversy, we have to go all the way back to the beginning of Peterbot. Peter's story starts on the console, PlayStation 4. Like many
I feel like
of us,
every
Peter
pro started on PlayStation, like OG.
played
I
Fortnite
didn't
for
though. I
fun,
started on
mostly
keyboard,
playing with
but I'm
his
not a pro
friends
though.
after school as a way to socialize. But Peter quickly realized that he was better than all of his friends and classmates. Much better. And as a very competitive kid, the console scene wasn't very fun for Peter. Although he thought it was cool that he was one of the best console players, he felt limited by the skill cap. Nobody on console was that good, and Peter had always wanted to be the best, even from very early on in the game. He wanted not only the opportunity to make more money in PC competition, but also prove to the world at just 12 years old that he was the best that Fortnite had to offer.
So I switched because like I couldn't get a good sense, and keyboard was just so much more fun than playing controller. So
Yeah, I totally
played
agree with keyboard. Like, I've tried to play on my PS4. It's kind of for me, like a PC player, it's a bit harder for me to like play on keyboard, but or no controller. But yeah,
I just like played like Zone Wars and all day, and I got really good.
But things didn't start off so smoothly. Here's the thing. Transitioning from controller to keyboard and mouse can be very challenging. It's like learning a whole new language for your hands. Luckily, Peter had played some keyboard and mouse while on console, but he was mostly a controller player. That being said, Peter believed that being on keyboard and mouse gave him the best chance to reach his full potential. So, fueled by a passion for wanting to be the best and to prove the haters wrong, Peter adapted quickly. And that's when things got interesting. After months of hard work and dedication, Peterbot's decision to move to PC finally paid off. In September of 2022, at just 13 years old, Peter made his very first earnings in a Contender Cup. And just a couple months later, Peter would earn another $1,200 doing the Frosty Frenzy competition. This was all great, but Peter wasn't happy with just that. So
I would have been so proud of myself if I earned
Peterbot decided to enter the Fortnite All-Star Solo Tournament. And his performance, you might ask? Well, it was nothing short of amazing. He outplayed seasoned veterans, showcasing near-perfect aim and lightning-fast build techniques. And some people even thought the kid was cheating, but we're gonna get to that later. You see, this wasn't just a good showing for Peter, this was a breakout moment. The young prodigy finally showed the world that he was on his way to becoming one of the greatest Fortnite players in the world.
Yeah, in my opinion, he's the best
of
all.
$18,000 money for just a 14-year-old to win. And the wins just kept rolling in, and so did the prize money. Peterbot, still barely a teenager, was making tens of thousands of dollars. And perhaps more importantly, however, this All-Stars performance put Peter on the map, and suddenly the world's best pro players wanted to team up with him in tournaments. As good as Peter was in solos, he even more so thrived off of team game modes. He wasn't the wolf.
Peterbot is like crazy.
Working as a group to compete and get better. And at this point in his career, he started teaming up with talented players who complemented his skill set.
Right after All Stars, I played with the same people for like or I played like my same like partners last season, but we didn't do good, and then P got hit me up, and like that's when I started placing.
That's right, Peter was now playing with Peterbot. For those of you that don't know, Peterbot was not only one of Fortnite's best competitive players at the time, he was also very, very popular, having hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers and views on social media. Playing with Peterbot
it wasn't even
helped
from
elevate his fame. Before they played
like
together,
US.
Peterbot only had 4,000 followers on his Twitter account, and by the time they split ways, his following was just under 40,000.
P-God impacted my career so much. Like, he helped me. Like, he helped my career so much. Like, I had 4,000 followers when I started playing with him. I have like 40, like almost 40K on Twitter now, and like I appreciate it a lot.
Along with their new cracked controller player trio TK, they were ready to prove everyone wrong. You see, Peterbot was no stranger to being the underdog. Peter was a nobody in the Fortnite community just 6 months ago, and now he was playing with some of the world's best players on the biggest stages.
So like
Leading up to
18K
FNCS
is
just weeks
absolutely
before the qualifier,
insane.
this dynamic trio won their first cash cup together and added another $600 to Peter's earning list.
Bro, his voice.
Let's go! Let's go! We won! Following this cash
No
win,
way.
the trio put on an absolute show in the FNCS qualifiers, finishing first place and surprising much of the Fortnite community along the way. Despite their amazing performance in the qualifiers, however, Peterbot and his trio just missed out on the top 10 in grand finals, finishing 11th out of 33 teams and earning $2,300. And although they had seen some early success, the trio was short-lived. To the surprise of many of his peers and fans, Peter decided he didn't want to continue playing with P-God and TK following that FNCS. This, however, caused Peter to get some backlash from the community, and people went as far as to call him ungrateful because he had left P-God who had taken a chance on him as a young player. That being said, P-God himself never said anything bad about Peter, and the two seem to still get along to this day. But Peterbot's decision would later come back to haunt him. When asked about his decision to leave the trio, Peterbot said that, along with other factors, they split because he wanted to get his then drop spot Craggy uncontested.
The only reason I really split was because I wanted to get uncon and grands.
For those of you that don't know, a huge part of performing and placing well in these large tournament lobbies is having an uncontested drop spot. Simply put, if nobody is fighting you off the spawn of the match, you have a much better chance of placing highly in each match.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, doesn't it?
With all of this in mind, Peter decided to team up with two veteran players, Bucky and Macwood, who had both qualified for the much larger Fortnite World Cup. At the time, both Bucky and Macwood were regarded as two of Fortnite's best players, and they were excited to play with a young and hungry Peterbot. Peter, of course, wanted to play with good players, but also wanted to prove that with an uncontested drop spot, he could place much better than 11th place. But things didn't quite go to plan.
I placed 11th with P-God, Con, and Craggy, and I got 11th uncon. So like it's kind of down bad.
Yep, you heard that right. Peter and his new trio placed exactly the same as they had in the previous season in 11th place, and earned $2,300. This led to Peter getting even more backlash for his earlier decision to leave P-God. Peter's growing confidence had turned slightly cocky, and he thought he was perhaps maybe a little better than he actually was at that time. But I mean, who could really blame the kid? If I was making tens of thousands of dollars at just 14 years old, I would have as well. However, Peter seemed to have learned his lesson about making quick decisions and leaving teams that he shouldn't, and he decided to give Bucky and Macwood another chance. This decision would probably be one of the best in Peter's career. Shortly after their 11th place finish in FNCS, Epic Games announced Fortnite's Grand Royale. The Grand Royale was set to take place in that following November with a multi-million-dollar prize pool. And well, let's just say it's good that the trio stuck together.
Right there.
Right.
Nice. Get the full.
You have to get the full.
Nice, bro.
Box up. Cool.
No! Let's go!
Damn.
Let's go!
That's so sad though.
Finished in an amazing
But,
fourth place, which earned the trio just under
$28,000.
It seemed like all was going well for Peter
God
until Fortnite announced that the trio's game mode was coming to an end. Epic Games decided that starting in just 1 month, in that January of 2022, the competitive game mode would switch to duos, which meant once again Peter was on the hunt for a teammate. Luckily for Peter, at this point there was plenty of people that wanted to play with him. After his incredible performance in the solo all-stars and then the Grand Royale, Peter was hot commodity. You see, at this point, Peter had not only
I wish I
become
was
one of the
that
better
good.
players in the Fortnite
Yeah.
world, he also had a certain level of clout. So, with almost any duo in the game available to him, Peter gave multiple people a chance. He started by playing with one of the GOATs, Kanata, and they even won a duo Cash Cup together. He then tried out
Nice.
Nani, his old trio member Macwood, and even ran up the next FNCS with his good friend Quanti. After they finished in 10th place, Peter decided to continue looking for teammates because he hadn't found the right fit. But after 6 months of trial and error, Peter decided to give up on playing with other top players. And instead, he would do what Peterbot did for him and find a player who was underrated and craft them into the next
Didn't he
GOAT.
find,
Now,
like,
this
Poyo
is where
this
things get
like that?
really interesting. Because Peter starts to play with Byla. With the second
Oh, no.
FNCS of
Stupid,
2022
bro.
just around the corner, Peter decides
Yeah,
to
but
give
soon
his
it will
new duo
find
Byla,
him,
a
I
very
think.
cracked controller player, a chance. And Byla did not let that go to waste. Peter and Byla's first tournament together was actually the FNCS qualifiers. And they came in first place of qualifying number 1
Damn,
for FNCS,
bro.
sending them directly to the grand finals. And it was here that Peter would solidify his name into the conversation for the greatest player of all time.
Splash us, Max, splash us.
No more. Chill. Drop low, drop low. Let's go!
We're so good, bro.
Finally, Peter had done it. From an
Damn,
awkward
bro.
console kid to an FNCS champion.
$65,000,
Peter had done what he
bro.
wanted and proved the haters
That's
wrong,
absolutely
right?
insane.
Well, not so fast, because Peterbot's success did not come without questions. Earlier in this video, I told you Peterbot had received some very serious cheating accusations, and now that he was at the top of the game, everyone was gunning to take him down. Peter's laser-like aim, seemingly tracking opponents through walls.
I feel like if you're too good, people accuse you for like cheating. So you can't be too good. But if you're too bad, people just like, you're too bad, just quit Fortnite. So it's like you can't be good or bad, you know? So I think you should respect each other. Now if you have proof, like someone's cheating, then I understand that though, but yeah.
Fueled accusations of him cheating. After all the success, terms like soft aim and macros became commonplace in conversations surrounding Peter. And soon after, videos like this one started to pop up all over social media.
We are purely talking about the professional player signed to TNG, Peterbot. He has come under fire today for being accused of cheating.
And here's the thing, these accusations weren't coming from random internet trolls. These were pro players, the best of the best. that
Yeah,
started
I mean,
raising red flags. Popular
honestly,
pro
if I saw that in the last clip was of like 3 headshot in a row, I think it
Here's
was.
the thing. These accusations
One.
weren't coming from random internet trolls. These
Yeah,
were
like
pro
4
players,
shots
the
hit,
best of the
4
best
shot
that started
headshot.
raising red flags. Popular pro
All of
player
them were
Peterbot
headshot.
was one of the first to
Honestly, I would also accuse him for hacking, but no. I feel like now in 2025 these accusations just like I haven't heard a single one the whole 2025. So I guess people just found out he's just too good, you know.
call out Peterbot publicly.
Listen, almost every single pro thinks that he's cheating. Peterbot. Everyone thinks that Peterbot's cheating. And I don't know if he's cheating or not, but the fact that almost every pro thinks he's cheating, and the fact that he has the best aim I've seen in my entire life, not even an over-exaggeration. He's never Kovacs in his life. He came from console, however, on Go recently, and he's never played PC games before that, and he's the best natural aim I have seen.
And to add on to all of this, there's the streaming thing. See, compared to many other top players, Peterbot wasn't a regular streamer. Interviews from 2021 reveal a lack of motivation to stream despite acknowledging its financial potential.
I don't stream enough, I feel like. So, like, I don't really have, like, a goal right now because I don't stream enough to have a goal. But, like, I want to be big, you know? Like, I want to be the person to stream to people, but, like, I just don't have the mindset right now.
This fueled the fire for many because consistent streaming would allow Peter to make so much more money. So why won't Peter stream? Basically, people came to the conclusion that the only good reason that would make Peterbot not want to live stream is that he was cheating and he was afraid to get caught if all of his gameplay was just out there for people to watch, especially live when anything could go wrong. Whenever the cheating topic arose, Peter seemed incredibly uncomfortable. He wouldn't engage in discussions and even acted awkward when his friends would jokingly mention it.
What?
Wait, did I say
Peter!
Wait.
You were making it obvious, on God!
Later that year, however, Peter had an opportunity to silence.
Yeah, I've seen that clip too. That's like the most lucky shot I've ever seen. Like, yeah, that's totally
You see,
weird.
Fortnite had announced
Good
its
aim.
first official LAN event since the Fortnite World Cup. For those of you that don't know, a LAN event is basically where all the players show up in person to one location and play a tournament in person with...
Yeah, I feel like that's like how we kind of beat down these accusations, like for not responding to them the way that other might do. Like, oh no, I'm not cheating, but like going out to a LAN, like the computers I get have like a special anti-cheat. So I think from there everyone noticed like, oh shit, he ain't hacking. I feel like.
All the fans there to watch. And in just a few months, Peter would have the opportunity to perform well in person, on stage, on a PC that is checked by professionals.
Yeah, exactly. That was
There
what
was
I mean.
no way Peter could cheat at a LAN event. So all he needed to do was pop off at the event, and nobody could say he was cheating anymore. Well,
I hope he
fast forward
popped
to
off.
November of 2022, and the whole Fortnite world had their eyes on Raleigh, North Carolina. This was the home of the FNCS Invitational LAN. This was it, the moment that Peter was ready to silence the haters. However, right before the LAN, news came out that would shock the Fortnite community. Peter's current duo and co-FNCS champion, Byla, would not be attending the LAN event. Some people thought that Peter didn't want to play with Byla because he thought he wasn't good enough. Some social media users even started saying that Peter paid Byla to drop out of the event so that Peter could duo with his friend and really good pro player, Jamper. Both Peter and Byla denied these accusations, and Byla even came forward saying himself that he chose not to play for, quote, personal reasons. Obviously, though, with millions of dollars up for grabs, people didn't believe that Byla would just give all this up, and this is where the
People have
cheating
so much trust
accusations started
issues
to arise
nowadays,
again.
though.
See,
I feel
one
like.
Twitter user made a statement that said this:
Oh, damn,
maybe
I got
Byla
aimbotted.
doesn't want to go to LAN because he knows Peter cheats and he doesn't want to be a part of it, and he thinks
Bobby
Peter will get
fan.
exposed at LAN. While this was a very far out there tweet with no real substance or proof, it kind of makes sense. See, if Peter and Byla
Yeah,
didn't
I mean, I'm
perform
not
well at
judging.
the LAN, then all the cheating accusations would get way,
Oh, yeah,
way
I am.
worse. And not just for Peter,
I don't
but
know
probably
what
for
it is.
Byla too. But with all of this controversy, Peter heads into the competition with more than just money on the
Bro,
line.
spamming
This
on me
was
on
about
Discord.
pride. The event would take place over the course of 2
Oh.
days. The 50 competing duos would play in 12 matches, 6 on day 1 and 6 on day 2. The first day was a very slow start for Peter and his new duo Jamper. Well, slow may have been an understatement, as they got dead last. Yeah, dead last. 50th out of 50. Couldn't get any worse. But Peter had just 1 day left. 6 more games to prove to the world that not only was he not cheating, but that he was one of the GOATs of Fortnite. Well, unfortunately, it didn't quite go down like that. Peter ended up finishing 37th place out of 50 teams, winning only $1,000.
Only?
With all of that being
Only?
said, there was a ton
Bro.
of factors at play here. Peter was young, nervous, and playing with a brand new duo. So we can't say for sure if his poor LAN performance had anything to do with cheating or lack thereof. As you can
Yeah,
imagine,
I
this
ain't cheating,
didn't help
bro.
the cheating accusations. Most recently, Peter has continued his success by finishing 2nd place in the duo FNCS Grand Finals this past February with his
With
duo
Poyo.
Poyo. Here, Peter and
Yes,
his duo
sir.
took home $45,000. With
God
that being
damn.
said, Peter will continue to receive hate. He will always have doubters, but he can just tell them to check his bank account. Comment down below whether or not you guys think Peter is cheating, and make sure to subscribe for more stories like these. I'll see you in the next one.
Timmy for this actually. Honestly, I think you should do this. You go there and you
This is
subscribe to him. Oh shit. Oopsies.
First,
He does a bunch of content of like, yeah, you can see here. Of these. So I think you should, yeah, go and subscribe and check him out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.